More farming adventures, but this time it's somewhat by choice. I had noticed a couple days ago that I was starting to get some pretty bad stubble damage. Cords showing on the left side wing wheel, or I guess we'll call it a wing, the outside wheel that's only down in the field. I tried a little trick that I sort of engineered a few years ago for stubble damage. Liquid electrical tape can kind of buy you some time, but it seems not great, and I kind of decided I maybe didn't want that to fail in the field. So I finished up the last 20 acres on the farm that I was on and hightailed it home. And what we're going to do is I kind of pulled the best tire off of the transport wheels, and we're going to swap it out with this one. Actually, it didn't come apart too badly. The hardest part was engineering something to get the other wheel up so that this one was down far enough that the axle piece could clear to come out, but just jam some blocks up there and then raise that one back up, and it seemed to work pretty well. And the other advantage of doing it here is that I just pulled the center wheels up on blocks, so I don't have to fool with jacks or anything. So I'm just going to trade that tire out, and if that one blows in the field, I should be able to do the same trick here. And I decided that I do have the right tire on the right wheel on the big auger that I can rob if we have a problem, but I'm sure that'll be at 5 o'clock tonight or tomorrow night on Saturday, when nothing is open. We're all back together. Honestly, the most difficult part of the whole thing was getting everything juggled to get the axle in, and there's a couple of washers, one on each side, that goes back in there. Getting that in there and getting everything to shove through without knocking anything out was probably the most difficult thing here. If you don't deal with this type of a tire, basically, the reason that I can't just go buy a new one is that a new one is going to be super soft, because with the just-in-time supply chain stuff, they don't let them age to cure out as much as they used to. And running in stubble is about the best way to tear up a tire. The mainstream manufacturers have all switched to a radial style, and I believe that they have a much more square profile, which with the long tongue on this, when you're turning under certain circumstances, you get a lot of side loading on these, and I don't think I want radials in these spots. I may see about getting radials for the transport wheels because they have a bunch of weight on them, and that may be a better solution long term.